These 10 travel blunders will get you stopped, searched, and maybe even miss your flight in 2025. Number 7 got a passenger detained for 3 hours. And the worst part? Most travelers have no idea they're making these mistakes right now. TSA agents are trained to spot exactly what you're about to see. With new TSA rules this year, these mistakes are more expensive than ever. One wrong move could cost you hundreds in rebooking fees. Here's what most people don't know. TSA processes over 2.5 million passengers daily, and they've seen it all. But certain mistakes trigger their protocols every single time. Today, you're learning exactly what sets off those red flags. Every year, millions of travelers make these exact same mistakes. The consequences: missed flights, confiscated items worth thousands, and vacation plans destroyed before they even begin. But here's the thing. Every single one of these blunders is completely avoidable if you know what to watch for. Blunder 10. Leaving laptops in carry-on bags. This seems basic, but here's the kicker. LAX 2024. A passenger thought their fancy new bag had checkpoint-friendly laptop storage. Wrong. They got pulled aside for a manual check, adding 10 minutes to their screening time. The person behind them made their flight. This traveler didn't. The confusion comes from mixed messages. Some airports have CT scanners that don't require laptop removal. Others still use older technology. The problem: there's no universal standard, and assuming wrong means you're that person holding up the entire line. Unless you see clear signage saying leave laptops in bags, always remove them. Quick fix: laptop out in its own bin, nothing on top. Blunder 9. Carrying oversized liquids or gels. Miami International Airport 2023. A traveler's large peanut butter container gets flagged. But it's not liquid, they argue. TSA doesn't care. If it spreads, it's a gel. 15-minute delay, missed boarding group, overhead bins full. The 3.4-ounce rule still exists in 2025 despite promises of change. That expensive face cream? Gone. That $30 maple syrup souvenir? Confiscated. TSA confiscates over 90,000 pounds of prohibited liquids annually. Here's what really stings. TSA agents have zero discretion here. The rules are the rules, and pleading your case just wastes everyone's time. Prevention: travel-sized containers, clear quart bag, easily accessible. Many travelers don't realize you can buy TSA-approved container sets for under $10. Blunder 8. Packing prohibited items in carry-ons. JFK Airport 2024. A 4-inch nail file triggers a full bag search. 20 minutes later, the passenger is still explaining why they forgot it was there. Meanwhile, their boarding group is already on the plane, and the overhead bins are filling up fast. Sharp objects, tools over 7 inches, sporting goods. These aren't suggestions, they're automatic red flags. TSA confiscates over 4,000 prohibited items daily. The most common excuse? I've flown with this before, maybe you got lucky, but banking on inconsistency is a terrible travel strategy. Solution? Check TSA's website before packing. And here's something most people don't realize. You can mail prohibited items to yourself from the airport. Blunder 7. Ignoring real ID requirements. This one cost a passenger their entire vacation. Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson, early 2025. They show their driver's license, same one they've used for years. TSA shakes their head. No real ID star, no flying. ABC News reported they had to reschedule everything, losing over $2,000 in non-refundable bookings. Real ID enforcement is no joke in 2025. That little star on your license? It's the difference between boarding and going home. Here's the brutal truth. TSA agents cannot make exceptions. Your sob story about the family reunion, the wedding, the once-in-a-lifetime cruise, they've heard it all. Fix. Check your ID right now. No star? Get a passport or update your license immediately. A passport costs $145 but works everywhere. Blunder 6. Wearing or carrying hidden money belts. London Heathrow 2022. A tourist money belt lights up the body scanner like a Christmas tree. Cue the awkward pat-down, the explanation, the 15-minute delay. Everyone's watching, everyone's judging, and now you're that person getting the full treatment while your flight starts boarding. Here's what TSA agents look for. Unusual bulges, hidden compartments, anything that breaks the normal body outline. The irony? These money belts make you a bigger target. Experienced thieves know exactly what that bulge around your waist means. Better option: inner zippered pockets in your jacket or bag. Just as secure, zero red flags. Blunder 5. Carrying excessive powders. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport 2023. A fitness enthusiast packs a large container of protein powder. 25 minutes later, they're still watching TSA test it for explosives. Their pre-workout, now a missed flight workout. The $50 they saved by bringing their own powder, meaningless compared to the $300 flight change fee. Anything over 12 ounces of powder triggers mandatory additional screening. Baby powder, makeup, spices, doesn't matter what it is. What most travelers don't understand is that powder testing isn't quick. They have to take samples, run them through detection equipment, sometimes call supervisors. Smart move. Travel-size containers or ship powders to your destination. Many hotels will accept packages for arriving guests. If this is already saving you from security nightmares, hit that subscribe button right now. New travel safety content drops every week that could literally save your next trip. Blunder 4. Bringing frozen water bottles, Chicago O'Hare, 2024. Traveler thinks they're clever bringing a frozen water bottle. It's solid, not liquid. TSA disagrees. 10-minute bag search, water bottle tossed, passenger frustrated and thirsty. Frozen still counts as liquid under the 3.4-ounce rule. That travel hack you saw online, it's outdated and will only cause delays. Real hack, empty bottle through security, fill it after. Every airport has water fountains and many now have filtered bottle filling stations. Blunder 3, packing e-cigarettes or vapes in checked luggage. The mistake that's illegal in 12 countries and will absolutely ruin your day. Denver International Airport 2023, a vape pen in checked luggage triggers a lithium battery alert. The bag gets pulled, opened, searched. The passenger? They missed their flight entirely while dealing with security. The aftermath? A $400 rebooking fee plus hotel costs because the next flight wasn't until morning. E-cigarettes and vapes must go in carry-ons. Those lithium batteries can explode under pressure. Airlines don't play around with fire risks. This isn't just a suggestion, it's federal law. Here's what happens when they find vapes in checked bags. Your bag gets pulled off the plane. You get called to identify it. The plane might even be delayed while they deal with your bag. Critical rule: all vapes, e-cigarettes, and spare batteries go in your carry-on, properly protected. No exceptions, no excuses. Blunder 2. Carrying loose batteries or power banks. San Francisco International Airport 2024, loose batteries rolling around in a carry-on trigger a full inspection. 15 minutes of explaining why you have 6 random batteries. The reason doesn't matter, the delay does. Power banks over 100 watt-hours banned. Loose lithium batteries, red flag. These aren't just rules, they're fire prevention. Lithium battery fires on planes are no joke. They burn at over 1,000 degrees and are nearly impossible to extinguish at altitude. Most travelers don't realize that battery restrictions have gotten stricter. That massive 30,000 mAh power bank might seem essential, but if it's over 100 watt-hours, it's not flying with you. Protection, original packaging, or battery cases. Check watt-hour ratings. When in doubt, leave it out. Have you ever been pulled aside for secondary screening? Drop a comment below with your worst TSA experience. Your story might save another traveler. Blunder 1. Arriving late and rushing through security. The #1 blunder that ruins more trips than anything else. Paris, Charles de Gaulle, 2023. A rushed traveler blazes through security, stressed, sweating, making every mistake in the book. They leave their ID in the tray, 30 minutes to retrieve it. Flight gone, rebooking fee, $500. The vacation they saved all year for, starting with unnecessary stress and expense. Here's what happens when you rush. You forget items in bins. You trigger behavioral detection officers. You make mistakes that calm travelers never would. TSA is trained to spot nervous behavior, and rushing looks exactly like suspicious behavior. The psychology is fascinating. When you're rushed, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and decision-making, literally shuts down. You're operating on adrenaline and instinct, which is exactly when mistakes happen. That wallet you always put in the bin, you'll forget it. Behavioral detection officers are specifically trained to identify stress indicators, excessive sweating, rapid movements, constantly checking the time. These all trigger additional scrutiny. The math is simple. Arrive 2 hours early for domestic, 3 for international. That wasted hour at the gate, it's insurance against the 1,000 things that can go wrong. Consider this. The average security wait time can vary from 5 minutes to 45 minutes at the same airport on the same day. Rushing through security doesn't save time, it loses flights. 2025 brings new TSA technology, but implementation varies wildly. Some airports have shoe-free screening, others don't. The rollout has been frustratingly inconsistent. Major hubs like Atlanta and Denver might have cutting-edge scanners, while smaller airports still use 20-year-old equipment. Biometric screening is expanding rapidly. Facial recognition systems flag any mismatch between your ID and appearance. That dramatic haircut? Update your ID photo. Significant weight loss? Same thing. The AI doesn't care about your glow-up, it cares about matching faces. Anti-theft gear isn't paranoia anymore. Slash-proof bags and RFID-blocking wallets protect against thieves who specifically target security line chaos. The human factor remains crucial. TSA agents are people doing a difficult job. Being polite, prepared, and patient goes a long way. That agent who seems strict? They're following protocols that could cost them their job if ignored. Work with them, not against them. These aren't just rules. They're the difference between making your flight and watching it leave without you. TSA agents are trained to spot every one of these mistakes, and now you know exactly what they're looking for. Every single day, thousands of travelers learn these lessons the hard way. They lose money, miss flights, and start vacations stressed and frustrated. But you're now armed with the knowledge to breeze through security like a pro. Remember, every rule exists because someone, somewhere, did something that made it necessary. Don't be the reason for the next rule. Safe travels. And remember, arriving early isn't parent.